1, power up!
And our match is underway. Immediately, all robots on the field are on the move. Red is placing one cube in their switch. Blue has one as well, and Milk and Knights are adding a second. 599 launches a cube out of the field. That's not going to help them this match. At the end of auto, Milk and Knights gets a third cube in the blue switch, and now the drivers have control. Neither alliance has placed a cube on the scale yet, although it looks like they soon hope to change that. Over on the red side, Beach Blitz going up and trying to get the first cube down. They place at the same time as 58-57 for blue. Scale is still leaning slightly towards red though. It looks like Milk and Knights are attacking the red side switch, taking it out of red's possession. Meanwhile, blue does have control of their own switch, which is earning them 1 point per second. Beach Blitz have put another cube up on the scale for red. Red having control of the scale for the moment. Looks like 599 fighting back to try and reclaim the red switch. Milk and Knights are headed back to their own side of the field. Beach Blitz still consistently placing cubes up on the scale with about 1:20 left to go in the match. Looks like 599 trying to go back to their switch, but momentum finishes the job. Red does not yet have possession of their switch, they're hoping to get it back. Over on blue, Milk and Knights now rushing cubes into the exchange. With a minute left to go, red has control of the scale, 3 cubes to 2. Beach Blitz now moving on to try and take control of the blue switch. Meanwhile, 58-57 going up, trying to take the scale back for blue. If they're able to drop that cube, which they do, it swings back towards neutral. Looks like red has played a levitate power-up. Meanwhile, robots still attacking the blue switch. He does have control. Red has control back of their own, and now we're moving into the end game. 330 on red in the last few seconds, still trying to maintain control of the scale. Their alliance partners, 599, headed up towards the rung. With just over 10 seconds left, 58-57 bringing the scale back to neutral. 599 climbing into the air for red. There are just 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is our final match. And those match results are in. Red Alliance winning with a score of 347 to 199. Let's hear more about that match from RSN.
All right, Red Alliance takes the win in that match, puts up lots of points, takes the scale, despite the best efforts by Blue to play the switch and scale game against them.
Yeah, Blue was even able to own the scale there for a while towards the end, but Red was just able to get out ahead, execute well, work together, get a solid lead on the scale, go play the far switch, just all around able to execute.
Yeah, it was interesting to see the Blue Alliance robots, especially the Milk and Knights, playing their game. They ended up going downfield at some point to get some cubes to bring back. We didn't see them fill up the vault as they normally do. They tried to play their opponent's switch and tried to play their own switch, but Eventually, Red Alliance actually took the Blue Alliance switch for a brief period of time, which put the tempo advantage way ahead for Red, so Blue didn't really have a chance.
Yeah, Blue's efforts were not in vain with with Red's switch.
Yep.
They were able to take it for a while, and it did force Red to dedicate a lot more resources to keeping it. But because they were able to get that scale advantage so early, that really eased them up to be able to dedicate those resources and not get behind.
Right, exactly. Something you'll also note there is that 330 didn't climb. We've seen them climb a few times this weekend so far. Very good at it, very easy for them to climb. But however, you'll notice those 2 yellow bars on the side are actually 2 wings that can deploy to lift partners up in the air. Because of that, their climbing mechanism is what you would call a selfish climb, right? They take up the whole bar to grab so that they can lift themselves and their partners. So they have a hard time climbing with somebody else, like we saw, for example, 399 and what was the other team? I forget, but we saw some other teams do earlier today. So just keep that in mind as we go toward playoffs.
Yeah, let's go take a look at our next match coming up.